to the Green Room, coming to you from the top of the town studios on Ireland's first live web TV music and arts show. Woo! Viewed by over 1.5 million in 211 countries worldwide. On tonight's show we have Salio Disco, Joe Kekakinen, and Paul Cox.
And
Coxie baby.
Well, you can't see her, but we'll hear her. Jenny McGovern.
Your job is safe, Paul.
Jenny will be joining us in the second half. Now, as promised last week, I promised you a threesome, and here they are. What more can I say? Keep the cameras on, keep the cameras rolling. Jenny, I should have warned you about stuff like this would happen. We promised we'd get Joe Keenan on. We got him on at last. So many thanks for coming on.
Pleasure.
And the three of them are going to tell us all about Transart, which has been going on quite a while now, isn't it? And it's continued from the Fleadh.
It's continued from the Fleadh, yeah. Well, we started up last year, but it was the year before that we set it up. October 2011, actually, wasn't it? Yeah. So
2 years.
2 years now. So it's 2 years. Yeah, after Flat Lakes, we set up Transart, but we had Flat Lakes going before that. But so we set it up, and it's been a huge success ever since. So it has. It's been a pleasure to do Transart.
On the spot, for people that don't know, give us a brief synopsis of Transart. What it's
Transart. Well, I suppose we are Transart.
Yes.
Basically, the three of us, and we come up with some ideas, art ideas, and we came up with the idea for Transart during the Fleadh, which was taking over about 13 or 14 buildings in Cavan, and spaces that people would know but not as art spaces.
Yes, yeah.
And so we sort of turned them into art spaces. We contacted about 40 artists, and sort of great help from everybody involved, really, great help from the community, great help from the arts office, great help from all the people that own the buildings, great help from Cavan TV.
Paul Cox,
yeah. Went round the streets looking at graffiti with us.
I did.
He was like,
I can openly admit now I was a streetwalker for a couple of months.
You did, yeah.
If you take a close look, actually, you'll see that Joe is actually working Sally from behind. Now, just go back there, Dave, till we see. Look. Got it, kid.
Sally, what do you think of it so far?
Right?
You see, I
think it's all magic.
Yeah, we're a very professional group, as you've noticed. Yeah.
But all joking aside,
yeah, we are really.
I knew this was going to happen, Jenny. That's why I brought you in.
It's okay.
You're there as a. Do you ever watch them American
shows? It's like
shows?
the ghost of Jenny. The ghost of Jenny. Why doesn't Jenny beat us on the sofa?
Don't worry, we've got a job for Jenny.
God.
Jenny be joining us at part 2. No, she's not. Stop! You can't be saying things like that. I'm not saying that, Jenny.
Whispering.
I won't even tell you. I'll tell you in the second half. No, you don't want to.
Can't hear
I
that
can imagine
laughing,
with
can
those
they?
guys in the background.
But seriously, some of the installations you did during the Fleadh are now iconic around the town.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the graffiti art.
Yeah.
The graffiti art is huge.
And we're hoping to do more of that.
Yeah.
Maybe not turn Cavan into a graffiti piece, but just slowly build on what's there,
But the stuff you've done is blended in.
Yes,
and it really is. It catches people's eyes.
But we want to do it tastefully, and that's all. That's what we do with respect to the town as well. Do it tastefully, and that's what we aim to do.
Definitely. Your piece was really stood out.
The womb room, was it? Or the
Well,
other,
not the womb
one.
room. The womb room.
You wouldn't get out anyway.
Here we are. Bloody Kate Middleton
Snoring
again.
in there. You
One
were
Direction,
snoring.
this show is.
The womb room. Can't get away from that bloody royal baby at all.
Oh, your piece, of course. Yeah, I was trying to think one other piece.
I was talking about the bit on the bill.
Oh, St.
Yeah,
Augustine.
St. Augustine. That was fabulous.
Yeah, Shadows of a Love Story.
See, this is what happens when you try and be respectful. Oh yeah, the womb room.
I had to drag you out.
It's all people are talking about at the moment.
But I do have to admit,
had a baby.
I have seen.
George. His name is George.
I have seen Sally and Siobhan's womb room. I have. Very restful it was too.
Nice place to be.
It was nice. Good night's sleep. St. Augustine.
St.
It's still there.
Augustine's,
I'm
yeah.
trying to restore. I'm telling me to restore order in there.
Yeah, come on. You're the man.
St. Augustine's
Don't pushing
shadows.
Sally backwards and forwards. Look.
I got one of those ever-ready long life batteries before we started, and it's working its treat.
She's actually.
So you want to
No,
know
hold on,
what we're
hold
doing
on,
at the
hold on.
minute, is it? Is that what you want to know?
Hold on. Welcome to the green room. Tonight we talk about contemporary art and trans art. And we have three bluffers here. I'm going to tell us a bit more about it. Sally, I'm trying to forget about this one.
I'm just delighted that I'm in this scene.
I know. Not this.
There's just
You know
no
what it's like
underwear
sitting
being
here.
shown.
Yeah. I don't mind showing me underwear. No
I think
problem.
by the end we might have a strip.
Okay,
It's
I'm
a
going
bit hot in
to
here.
get Sally
It's a bit
talking
hot.
now. Hold on. Here we go.
She won't give me a tongue just before we came on. Put it on backwards. I'm never walking like that again. What?
It's a bit dodgy around.
Right.
Okay.
St.
calm
Augustine.
before
Tell us
strong.
about your piece in St. Augustine.
Oh, my piece.
Yes.
Sorry, I thought it was Sally talking now. My
I'm
piece
going
is
round.
St.
I'm trying to get everybody to get a
Okay.
piece
So
in.
last year, it was called Shadows of Love Story. I worked with the Golden Oldies in Tullochmungan Resource Centre. They do the wonderful Golden Oldies. Hello, I love them. So they told me all stories about mainly their wedding night and about how they met their true love and their husbands. And so I put up images of little snippets of the stories that they showed me. So one story was how this guy used to send letters. They were only about 17, 18,
Right.
and she worked in the town, and he used to send letters with his neighbour into her every day, and she'd send a letter home. So it was like the texting thing. So I put up on the building, a letter being handed over, and so that was all snippets of that. So and then the dancing piece, it was like how two people meet. It was like a dance and synchronicity
Yeah.
between two people, how they meet and their energies connect, and then it all flows.
And
the
it's
story
still there,
begins.
isn't it? It's still.
No, we
It's
took
come
it
down,
down.
yeah.
Yeah, we
There's
took
not
it down.
little bits and
There's
pieces.
not little bits.
Or is
No,
that
wait,
bird
that's no, it's gone. The birds have no place.
Are they
to
knocking
do
down
that.
St. Augustine?
They were talking about it, but I don't know. They were talking about it and put into a park. They're having a nice little park in the town there, but I don't know what's happening yet. I don't know what's happening.
Joe,
It's
tell us
lovely
about the
building.
room in College Street. What's the...
The room in College Street, 61.
61
number
College Street,
61,
yeah.
yeah. We've sort of borrowed that from the town council.
Calvin Town Council.
Tal-
Brian Hora.
Brian Hora, like, he's been just amazing with
It's
us, like, right through the
so
flat.
supportive.
And Sally used that last year
Yeah.
for her tea
Tea
exhibition, yeah.
What was the tea exhibition now? For people I know, but for,
Okay,
people,
so
that,
it was-
for people that don't know.
It was 61 College Street, terrace townhouse on College Street in Cavan, and there was a downstairs and an upstairs. On the downstairs there was a table, and you were invited to sit and join whoever was at it, or on your own, or me, or whoever was volunteering for a cup of tea. And then on the wall were envelopes, each one with a tea bag in it, or a few, and notes written on it. So whoever sat put a note on the bag and put the tea bag in it and added it to the wall. And then upstairs there was a room filled with tea, and then the other one there was a mirror, an installation of a mirror and icing sugar.
Was there any long-term relationships built around that?
Well, I don't know if there was long terms, but I do know there was one couple who came along and they had met in St. Clair's, our central building, last year, and they were talking about art, and they were both at the flat on their own, or with some. They weren't married, or they weren't in a relationship or anything like that, and they decided to walk around to 61 College Street, or they met at 61 College Street, having seen each other at a
This
few of
is
the
why
other
Jenny's here.
exhibitions.
This is why
And they followed the dots. They followed the
yeah,
pink and white dots
yeah,
on the
yeah.
street, and so they got chatting at the table in 61 College Street, and they were like, "Sure, here we'll go off together from here. We'll see the rest of the exhibitions from here." So I don't know what happened there. I could just say they got married and like they're happily ever after, but I don't know. But it did.
But did
start
it?
there. Something happened there, and there was a few other things I heard of too. Yeah. So yeah, good
So
stuff.
that brings us to now,
Mm-hmm.
2013. What's happening now in August and with the gathering and all that?
Oh, exciting stuff is
Very
happening now.
exciting,
So
yeah.
it's only building on what we actually did. So there's a
61 College Street is the central. So from the last one, 61 College Street is the
Was,
central location
yeah,
this year. So that's where our main
It's kind of like the hub of it.
It's
Yeah.
the hub of it.
Yeah.
It's the main exhibition is going to be there.
So we have 5 or 6 artists.
6
for
artists there.
Yeah.
So
And
there'll
you
be
these people
installation.
ready?
Yeah,
Yes.
they're ready.
Right.
They've been picked a long time ago. So there'll be, and you can see some Sally O'Dowd, Siobhan
Yeah.
Harton's work, and Jane McCormick's work in there as well.
Brilliant.
So
Vanessa
Vanessa
Lopez.
Lopez.
Who?
And
Vanessa
Vanessa
Lopez.
Lopez.
She had a really nice piece last year in one of the small rooms in St Clair's.
the little dolls, they
Yeah.
were on the back
Oh,
of
yes.
the catalogue, so they were
Yeah,
last
she
year.
does
Yeah,
beautiful work.
Yeah.
Beautiful, yeah.
Oh, very, very.
So
yeah,
light.
interesting. Beautiful and airy work.
We
So
have
that's-
Una O'Brien, Sinead O'Donnell.
Give us a clue what they'll be doing. Give us a...
Sinead O'Donnell
Sinead will be doing
performance art.
on
We've
the
got 3
street.
performance artists on
Very
the street.
exciting, very interesting performance artist. Travis the World performing at
Yeah.
events. She's regularly.
And where would that be? What area of town would that be in?
Well, wherever they pick, really,
Yeah,
they come
it's-
to the
it's-
town
it's-
and they just they
Yeah.
feel the place that's right for them, and they'll work that. There's Chrissy
Probably
Cadman
Main
who's
Street.
coming back
Yeah.
again.
Do you remember Christy was on the last year? She was the
Yeah.
she wore
Washing
the
the
red, the
street.
washing the
Red,
street.
yeah.
She
And
was
she
just
stopped
amazing
traffic
too,
with her
yeah.
performance. There was people
Can
stopping
we-
her
Yeah.
traffic.
Bumbling and bumbling, yes. Tell me.
Chrissy Cadman, yes.
Right, sit down.
And we have a guy, Christoph Gillen, he's
Oh, that's
from
it.
Belfast,
no,
another
no, sorry,
performing
please.
artist.
You've been
Okay,
the
I'll
puppet.
repeat that.
Well, repeat that, Joe, sorry.
Christoph Gillen, he's a performance artist from Belfast, and he's coming as well. And,
Was he here before? Yeah?
he wasn't here before,
No.
no. So
No, he's new
there's
to us.
Actually, Joe just put a piece up on the TransArt
Yeah,
Facebook page.
yeah.
So if you want
Oh,
more
that's
information,
so
go to
nice.
TransArt
Yeah, you might have
Facebook
seen
page,
that,
and
yeah.
you'll see some images of them on the TransArt Facebook.
So we'll be keeping the
Facebook.
Facebook page from now on. We'll be starting to plug loads of images and that
And
to give people an idea.
Give you
Siobhan, you know what
taste
to do. Tell the
Yeah,
people.
so if you want more information on TransArt, that's going to be happening from the 20th of August to the 24th of August, go to TransArt Facebook page and you'll get updates every day now from now on, or weekly from now on, and you'll see what's going on.
And then
And
there'll
the
be a
exciting,
non-parade.
really exciting
What, the
piece,
non-parade?
the
Now, I've
grand
heard a bit
finale
about
of
this.
it.
What's
Yeah.
the story with the non?
So it's a non-parade.
It's a
parade.
non-parade.
It's
Jenny, do you know about
non-parade
this?
parade.
I've heard about
It's
it, but
parade,
I
it's
still
non-
don't
Which
know
is-
exactly
it's
what
great.
it
Speaks for
is.
itself,
Yeah.
really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This is the
Non-parade.
the biggest parrot I've ever had on my shoulder.
Concept parade.
You know why pirates are called pirates?
Pirates
Because
of
they
Pirates.
Tell us about the non-parade. Go on.
Okay, the concept of
The
it is the
non-parade is the
spectacle
parade.
of the everyday, just looking at what goes on around you or what you do in the everyday. So walking down the street or stuff like that. So it's a dance and movement piece, and it's
On the street.
happening on the
It's
street
really exciting
at
and
5
colourful.
p.m. on August 24th, and it's quite exciting. Jesse Keenan and myself devising the sequences and the dance and the movement, and working with Joe and Siobhan in general, as we do, because we just love working together.
I know it's going to be a really, really good piece. It's going to be very subtle, and then it's going to be a big wow. It's something that Calvin hasn't seen before.
And if anybody
And,
wants to get involved, just get in touch with us through Facebook or through trans.art.cavan@gmail.com.
Go again there,
Yeah.
Sally.
trans.art.cavan@gmail.com.
Or else they can get in contact through the Facebook page as
Yeah.
well. They can
Yeah,
message on the
either way.
Facebook page.
Brilliant.
So you're
Just
actually
hunt them
looking
down.
for 16 to...
There's a workshop for 16 to 24 year olds on August 12th, 13th and 14th.
That's me.
Yes,
Got
it's going to
you
be
in there.
featuring Paul Cox, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's going to take place in Cavan.
Did you not tell him?
It's a surprise.
Right. I am the surprise. Many thanks to the three of you for coming on.
Thank you very much.
We'll stay in touch. Jenny's joining me after the break. She's going to give us
I have my
a...
own seat, hopefully.
Sure, yeah, we'll both be on the
Yeah.
couch.
We're going to be in
Sharing.
seat.
Unless they stay.
You can lie across us, Jenny.
We'll be back.
You can lie across.
You can
See you
lie
in a
down.
minute.
Performance.
Yeah.
Oh, we're still here, though. We're still here. It's okay. I was going to take a night break, but we're still here. So, Jenny, what's going on? Yeah? Just say the word Dean.
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 Dean, you
Just-
didn't
you
knock
just-
us off.
yeah, Dean.
Dean.
Dean Dong.
Yeah.
Dean.